Time is on your side. Yes, it is. Oh, hey kiddos. Sorry, you just caught me in the middle of the song. Well, if you're tuning in today for this episode of Math Television, we're going to be covering how to find elapsed time, or how much time has passed. Now, if you're watching this video and you're doing the Google Docs, that means that you probably didn't do so hot on the pretest, and that's okay, because we're going to fix that right now. Now, there are two basic things that are two basic ways to go about solving these problems, and I'll just call them Method A and Method B. Now, there's tons of ways to do this. Don't get me wrong. And if you search on Google for how to find elapsed time or how to calculate it, you'll come up with a million different hits. So there's a lot of different ways to do this. I'm just going to show you two today. Now, Method A, I'm going to show you first, is kind of the more mature way of solving it. So let's start with Method A. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it up like it's a subtraction problem. We're going to start with the bigger time. So 509. And we're going to take away, let's see, 220. Okay. Now, in this problem, the first part isn't a big issue. You know, the first problem is pretty easy. It's 9 take away 0. So 9 minutes take away 0 minutes is 9 minutes. Now, here's where we come across an issue. It's right here in this 10-minute column, because you have 0 in the 10 minutes and you're trying to take away 2 from the other 10 minutes. And we know that doesn't jive. So traditionally what we do is we borrow. So we come over here to the hours column and we're going to borrow 1 hour. So that means 4 goes to 5 because we're borrowing an hour. Now, here is the only complicated part of this. If you're going to borrow 1 hour and you're going to take 1 hour and you're going to move that 1 hour to the tens minutes column, you have to ask yourself, how many 10-minute sections are there in an hour? So think about that. In 1 hour, how many 10-minute sections are there? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. So there's 6 10-minute segments in an hour. So I want to put a 6 here. And that's the only complicated thing that I could possibly see you having an issue with. So once I do that, that means I took 1 hour from here and turned it into 6 10-minute sections over here. 60 minutes take away 20 minutes is 40 minutes. Okay, and 4 hours take away 2 hours is now 2 hours and 49 minutes. So that is one method of doing the subtraction. Okay, so here's the other method to find the elapsed time. This is a little simpler and straightforward. So let's just say that I'm starting at 2:20. So that's my start time. Let's put an S with the. So that's my start time. So an hour later, it's 3:20. Okay, so that's 1 hour. Okay, then another hour, it's 4:20. Okay, I'm going to put another hour, so that's my second hour now. 2 hours gone by between 2:20 and 4:20. Now if I go another hour, that'll put me at 5:20. 5:20 is greater than the time we're trying to start at, or stop at, which is 5:09. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say, okay, well, how many more minutes does it take till I get to 5 o'clock? So I'm going to put 5 o'clock here. So put 5 o'clock here. That will be 40 minutes time. The 40 minutes will have passed. So I'm going to put 40 minutes. Okay, and then I'm going to say, okay, well, I still have to get to 5:09. So how much time is going to pass between 5 and 5:09? Well, that'll be 9 more additional minutes. Put 9 minutes there. Okay, so it'll be 2 hours, because 2 whole hours will have passed, and then I'm going to add together the minutes. That's 40 minutes here plus 9 minutes there, so 49 minutes. So I'm going to say 2 hours and 49 minutes. Oh, and look, I got the same answer as method A. Okay, and that's about it, kiddos. So why don't you do the Google Doc, show me you know how to find elapsed time, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks and have a good day. Alright, if you're still watching, this is an extension problem. We're not going to talk about method B, because method B is you're going to do the same thing. But method A, it requires one extra step. Okay, so here's the deal. When you're going from AM to PM, it kind of throws a little wrinkle in it. What I would suggest doing is, rather than write it as 5:24 p.m., I convert it to the 24-hour clock, which means just add this 5 hours to the noon time, to 12. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you have 5:24, rather than write it as 5:24, go ahead and add the 12 hours to that. So really, 5:24, another way to write that in military time, they call it, would be 17:24. Okay, so that's 5:24 in military time. So knowing that, if you'll just write 17:24, and I'm going to take away 11:25 to figure out the time transpired. Okay, here's what you would do. Okay, first, you can't take the 5 minute away from the 4 because 4 is not big enough, so you got to borrow. So if I borrow from the tens of minutes, that becomes 1. And 1 10-minute segment is the same as 10 1-minute segments. So I'm going to take that 10 and add it to that 14 or to that 4. I'm going to get 14. All right, so 14 take away 5 is 9. All right, now we have another issue. I can't take the 2 away from the 1, so I'm going to borrow from the hour. So 1 hour is borrowed, that becomes 6, and 1 hour is equivalent of 6 10-minute segments. So I'm going to add that 6 to that 1, which gives me 7. Okay, hope that makes sense. Okay, so I've got 7 10-minute segments. I'm going to take away 2 10-minute segments, and I'm left with 5. Okay, and 6 hour take away 1 hour is 5 hour, and then 1 take away 1 is 0. So 5 hours and 59 minutes will have elapsed. That is your answer right there, between 11:25 and 5:24. Okay, thank you.